Hello and good afternoon, my brewskis and brewskettes. My name is JDog845 and today I am coming at y'all with another For Honor video. So today is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I changed my Conqueror a little bit. He looks pretty dope. I love him. I'm still going to be uploading some videos showing off the new Conqueror I got. I still got the same old shield. I have a different helmet. Look, a lot more spikes. Looks a lot scarier. I love it. The Peretti chest. Yeah, pretty dope. Got the chains around his wrist just like Kratos. Love him. He's got like those spike shoulder breasts, and they're also like really engraved. The belt looks, holy crap, I didn't even notice the belt. Look at that shininess. But today I thought I would actually discuss something that I kind of just thought about, and this is just my speculation, just my opinion of what I think is going to happen to For Honor in the future. What I think should happen is just speculation. I am not 100% sure what's going to happen, so don't quote me, but I invite all of you to come and discuss it as well with me, and let me know your thoughts about what I think they should do regarding the roster. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters in the Knights faction. And in the other factions, at least the Knights and the Samurai, there are 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in both the Viking and the Samurai factions. But if you notice at the Wu Lin, there is only 5. Literally only 5. And I gotta say, even though I am part of the Knights, there's my emblem up there. I am part of the Knights, and I have always been a part of the Knights. I love the Knights. They're amazing. I've literally never changed factions, ever. I love the Knights very much, but my goodness. Come on. Like, come on. Like, the Vikings are pretty dope, the Samurai are pretty dope, and the Wu Lin are pretty dope, even though I hate fighting each and every one of them. But it's just not fair. In my opinion, this is not fair. I think that they need to equalize out the roster, and they need to take full advantage of this year and next year in order to equalize out this roster. I know it sounds crazy, and they're probably not going to do it because they're Ubisoft and they kind of come out of nowhere with updates without telling us, just like this live stream that they're actually going to go on tomorrow. So, or Warriors Den, I should say. But regardless, this is my pitch. What if they make 2 Wu Lin heroes, still bear with me, and come out with 1 Samurai, and then come out with 1 Viking for this year of 2021. I mean, think about it. They can pull it off. They can pull it off. They've done year 4, season 4 with Black Prior, Jormungandr, Hitokiri, or Sakura, and Zanhu. Excuse me. And they can totally pull it off, and I think that they should. So, but they obviously shouldn't just pull out, you know, 2 more Vanguards, 2 Heavies, 2 more Hybrids, or whatever. They shouldn't do that for the Wu Lin. And on top of that, obviously, excuse me, the Samurai and the Vikings are also not equal to the Knights roster as well. So they need to bring out some more characters for the Knights and Samurai, or Vikings and Samurai, excuse me, as well. So that's why I pitched the idea of having 2 Wu Lin coming out, and then 1 Viking, and then 1 Samurai coming out. But again, let me go back to the classes. So let's look at the classes that the Knights have. So they have 1 Vanguard, 2 Vanguards, being Warden and Warmonger. They have 2 Assassins, which is Peacekeeper, or PK, and Gladiator. They have 3 Hybrids, which is Centurion, Griffin, and Lawbringer. And I just noticed that Griffin and Lawbringer are both basically the same character, but they're both the same class. That's kind of funny. And they also have 2 Heavies. So 2 Heavies. So I'm just going to leave a little tally on right next to my bad boy Conk right here, just to show you how many classes are going to be balancing out the roster in order for it to be balanced. So, again, 2 Vanguards, 2 Assassins, 3 Hybrids, and 2 Heavies for the Knights. Now let's look at the Knights, or not the Knights, the Vikings. And the Knights, again, the Vikings, my gosh. Let's look at the Vikings. So they have one Vanguard, just being Raider, two Assassins, which is Shaman and Berserker, and they have two hybrids, being Highlander and Valkyrie, and they have two Heavies, being Jormungandr and Warlord. Now, the Samurai have one Vanguard as well, and they have two Assassins, which is Shinobi and Orochi. The Vanguard is Kinsei. They have two Heavies, which is Hitokiri and Shigoki, and they have two hybrids, which is Nobushi and Aramusha. Now, let's look at the Wulin, which is the lowest roster, or the smallest roster in the For Honor game. So you have one Vanguard, which is Tiandi. You have only one Assassin, Nusha, which I don't know about all of you, but I barely run into Nusha, so I think it's high time that they get a new Assassin, at least. They have two hybrids, which is Zanhu and Shaolin, which I run into a fair amount of, a pretty good amount of Shaolin, and a fair amount of Zanhu. I don't run into a ton of Zanhu. And one Heavy, Jengjun. So let me recap. So one Vanguard, one Assassin, two hybrids, and one Heavy. So if we pull back up the roster for the Knights, we have, again, two Vanguards, two Assassins, three hybrids, and two Heavies for the Knights. And if we were to take the same amount of classes and stretch it across the Viking, Samurai, and the Wulin only have 5 characters, and they only need 4 more, right? So, because 5 plus 4 equals 9, and there are 9 characters in the Knight roster. So you need 9 characters for the Wulin in order to equalize out the roster, right? And for the Vikings and Samurai, you need an additional, what, 2 more? Yeah, 2 more characters to equalize both the Vikings and the Samurai to 9 characters. So you need 4 characters for the Wulin, and 2 characters per Viking and per Samurai faction in order to equalize out the entire game of roster of factions. So let's see which faction is missing which character. So, to start off, the Knights have 2 Vanguards. No other faction has 2 Vanguards. So, right off the bat, we need another Vanguard for the Vikings, not the Knights, another Vanguard for the Samurai, and another Vanguard for the Wulin. So already that's 3 characters that Ubisoft could work on for this year. Just 3 Vanguards, 1 for the Vikings, 1 for the Samurai, and 1 for the Wulin. And now, let's look at Assassins. I'm going from left to right, top to top bottom. So I'm going to start with Warden, then PK, then Centurion, then Heavies. So basically I'm doing Vanguards, Assassins, Hybrids, and Heavies, just to kind of make it as easy as possible. So for Assassins, the Knights, again, have 2 Assassins. They have Peacekeeper and they have Gladiator, the only 2 Assassins. And let's see, so they have 1 Assassin here, and they have 1 Assassin here for the Vikings. So they have 2 Assassins, so that's equalized out. And they have 2 Assassins here for the Samurai, the Orochi and Shinobi. But oh look, they only have 1 Assassin for the Wulin. So the Wulin already need another Vanguard and another Assassin, and the Vikings and Samurai both need another Vanguard. So that's 4 characters, I think. 4 characters. So 1 Vanguard per faction, so that's 3 Vanguards, and then 1 Assassin for the Wulin. 4 characters already that Ubisoft could be working on. Hopefully, I hope they do. This is just speculation. Now, so far 3 Vanguards, 1 Assassin, and now let's look at the hybrids. So they have 3 hybrids, which is in the Knights faction, which is Lawbringer, Centurion, and Griffin, the newest hybrid, the newest hero. That everyone knows and loves. Now let's look at the hybrids for the other factions. So they have 2 hybrids for the Vikings. They have Valkyrie and Highlander, 2 hybrids. And then they have 2 hybrids for the samurai, which is Nobushi and Aramusha. So already, the samurai and the Vikings could use 1 more additional hybrid because the knights have 3 hybrids, and the Vikings and the samurai only have 2. But look at the Wulin. They also only have 2 hybrids, so they could use an additional hybrid as well. And their hybrids are both Zanhu and Shaolin. So already, the Wulin could use 3 characters right off the bat. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the last one. They can already use a hybrid, another Vanguard, and another Assassin. And these 2 right here, the Vikings and the Samurai, could use another Vanguard and another hybrid. And guess what? That's going to be it for the Vikings, because if you remember, the Vikings and the Samurai both already have 7 characters per faction. So if they add just 2 more characters, being the Vanguard and the Hybrid per faction, that will already equalize out to the Knights and their classes and the amount of heroes that they have. But, oh wait, the Wulin still got, what, 1 more hero to work on? What do they got? They got Vanguards, they got another Assassin. So another Vanguard, another Assassin, another Hybrid, and guess what? Now we're going to the Heavies. So they made it pretty balanced. They gave at least 2 heroes of each to the Knights, and I think they should have at least 2 heroes of each for all the other factions as well. So they have 2 Vanguards for the Knights, only 1 Vanguard per, so they all need another Vanguard. But anyway, let's go to the Heavies. So the Knights have 2 Heavies. They only have my boy Black Prior, and they have my bad Mama Jamma, my Conqueror, as the only 2 Heavies in the Knights faction. So each faction should have at least 2 Heavies. So let's look at the Heavies. So the first Heavy in the Vikings faction is the Jormungandr, and the other one is Warlord, which I would honestly say is more popular than Jormungandr, but that's something else. That's just my opinion. And then the other 2 Heavies for the Samurai are the Hitokiri and the Shigoki, so that's good. The Vikings and the Samurai both match the Knights in terms of number of Assassins and number of Heavies. They just need 2 more Vanguards and 2 more Hybrids in order to equalize out to the Knights. And now the Wulin, guess what they need? They only have 1 Heavy, which is Jang Jun, which I really, really love fighting. And that'll equalize out to 2 Vanguards, 2 Heavies, 2 Assassins, and 3 Hybrids, which will add up to 9, which should add up to 9. I'm not doing the math right now. I'll do it when I edit this later. But they and the 2 other factions, the Vikings, I almost said Knights again, the Vikings and the Samurai, the Wulin and the Knights will all have the same number of classes of heroes and the same number of heroes. So I'm going to say that they should work on this year coming out with 4 heroes. And next year, I think that they should do the exact same. I think that they should come out with 2 different heroes for the Wulin, at least 2 different heroes of different classes. Not 2 hybrids, not 2 assassins, not 2 vanguards, not 2 heavies, and not 2 hybrids. They should come out with a heavy and a hybrid, or a heavy and a vanguard, or an assassin and a hybrid, or a hybrid or a vanguard, whatever. 2 different heroes for the Wulin. Bear with me, and 1 Vanguard or hybrid for either the Vikings or for the Samurai, but they have to do 1 of each faction. So if they do 1 Vanguard for the Vikings, 1 Vanguard for the Samurai, and 2 different classes of the Wulin, then that would be perfect. And then next year, I think they should do the exact same and make 2 other different classes for the Wulin. Again, different classes, not the same as they did the year before being 2021, if they do continue on this game in 2022. But also do, another character, either a Vanguard or a Hybrid, depending on what they did the year before, for the Vikings and the Samurai. So another Viking hybrid or another Viking Vanguard, if they've already done a Vanguard, for example, in 2021, a Viking Vanguard, then 2022 they should do a Viking hybrid. Or if they did a hybrid Viking character in the year 2021, this year, they should make a Viking Vanguard for the year 2022. And same thing for the Samurai, and same thing for the Wu Lin, just two characters. So if they do this for 2 years, for this year 2021 and for the year 2022, they should have a equalized roster of every faction, of every kind of hero. And by the end of 2022, if they do it, I hope they do it. This is just speculation. I hope they do it. You can please leave a comment letting me know what you think. But everybody of any faction, anybody of any faction should be able to play at the very least, 2 Vanguards, 2 Assassins, 3 different hybrids, or 2 different Heavies in each faction. And they have 8 heroes that they could have in total. Because remember, each hero, or each faction, sorry, the Vikings, Samurai, and Wu Lin, all together, all need 1 Vanguard and 1 hybrid. At the very least. 1 Vanguard and 1 hybrid. It's the Wu Lin that need a little bit of extra love, in my opinion, because they need another Assassin and they need another Heavy in order to equalize out. So let's think about it. So you've got 3 Vanguards, 3 hybrids, so that's 6 characters already. And then you've got 2 more additional characters, because 6 plus 2 is 8. And that'll be the completion of the roster, and those 2 heroes should, I sincerely hope, that they go to the Wu Lin, because they deserve it, in my opinion. It's whatever. I'm not a huge fan of the Wu Lin, but I believe in equality, and I think that they should equalize the whole roster out, in my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comments below. But they should have, let me recap, so 3 Vanguards, 3 hybrids, 1 more Heavy for the Wu Lin, and 1 more Assassin for the Wu Lin. And then after that, the whole roster will be happy, everyone will be happy, they will have at least 2 choices of any class they could pick from each faction, and they can do it. They've done it before. I know they can do it. You know they can do it if you've been with For Honor for year 4, season 4, or year 4, and they've done it. They brought out Black Prior, they brought out Yorm, and then they brought out Hitokiri, and then they brought Zanhu, all in 1 year. They can do it. It's just probably going to take them 2 years. So if they spend this year making 4 characters, and the next year 4 characters, I'll be very happy. I'll be super stoked. And I think it would be fair, because they've done a lot for the Knights. I think we can all admit that they've done a lot for the Knights and not really given enough love to the other factions. And let me know what y'all think in the comments below of this idea. Again, it's just speculation. It's an idea. I know I'm super long-winded, but this is just my speculation. You guys are free to say what you want. Say my idea is crap, they're never going to do it. Or you can say my idea is genius and they should totally do it. I don't care. I just love to hear your guys' feedback. Because I love For Honor. I'm sure a lot of you that are coming to see this video love For Honor as well and are interested to see where it's going to go in the future. I'm interested. I hope you're interested. Please let me know your comments below. Will Ubisoft make 2 Wu Lin heroes, 1 Viking, 1 Samurai for this year, and then do the same thing next year? Or will they make 2 Viking heroes, 2 Samurai heroes, and just bust out 4 Wu Lin the next year? What do you think they're going to do? I have no idea. I hope that they do something like that. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a rush because of, like, you know, COVID, and I don't know if they're going to do it. And it's a lot of work, and it's going to be very tough to try to balance these heroes, and I feel like they might just rush these characters out, so they're probably going to be not the greatest, but it would balance the roster out, and at least the characters would be out there so that we can give them feedback and let them know what they should change, and hopefully they'll change it. I don't know. I hope they do. I mean, they're Ubisoft. It's their game. They do whatever the heck they want with it. But again, thank you all so much for coming to see what I got going on. I love you all very, very much. Please leave a comment in the section below letting me know your thoughts on this whole idea that I just thought about. And I hope you all enjoy. Please leave a like, dislike, doesn't matter. Still going to upload whether you like it or not. And without further ado, I will catch you guys and gals and brewskis and brewskettes in the next episode. Peace. Haha. I love Conqueror. Woolin, you deserve it.